time. Well, here we are next time. Thanks past me, you dumb fuck. Anyways, let's see. What time is it? Let's make it ominous. We'll go for sunset.
Have to get that twilight feels.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was gonna use a blue to indicate where it is, and I realized blue, the shade of blue, would not have appeared at all on this. That one does though. Okay, that's it.
It's like a white blue.
Let's see. Draw shape. No, not large. Let's see. If I remember correctly, if I have my mental city layout correctly, the Rider's Crest is... Okay, maybe I shouldn't make that large, actually. Large...
It takes up a 5-block area. It's bigger than...
I mean, it's a very large pub.
I'm just changing this dimensions. Let's see.
The only thing I remember about it is that it's near the Bard College.
Yes. I wish I could make it even thicker, but I can't.
Is that like the biggest it is? Or the thickest it is?
Yeah, extra large is as thick as it gets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright. Well, good enough. It doesn't need to be too big. Correctly, should be around here or so.
Oh, also our token should be like over there. Eh.
Well, no, your token's gonna be right there now.
Fair enough. Yeah, I thought about it while I was saying this. Like, actually...
I should make this smaller. There we go.
Hey, it matches.
Oh.
Actually, now it can fit in the thing perfectly.
It's as if it was intended.
Too perfectly, actually. It's too, whatever. So, it is sunset, sundown, however fancy term you want to throw at it, by the time you guys arrive at the Rider's Crest. You guys got a 30-minute head start on Jessie and the Praetorian, because she needed to grab her kits, put away documents, and also she doesn't think the Praetorian are a subtle force. So you guys getting the head start is probably for the best in terms of trying to do subtle inquiries and such like that. So, you are present, and then we magically reasoned that your NPCs and all that were present, and don't worry about it. Suspension of disbelief at its finest. The Rider's Crest at this point in the evening, if anything, this is probably one of the most active times it has. A lot of dramatic people do stuff at sunset, right? And, you know, the Rider's Crest is definitely hearkening to that sort of dramatic prose or poetry writing, flowery lot. Or people that think themselves like it. You see some diamonds in the rough here and there, or rather, some roughs in the diamonds, I guess the inverse of it. You know, toughened knightly figures, warriors, try their hand at poetry. You know, that sort of stuff.
Is it Slam Poetry Night?
No, it is not.
Is one of them doing it right now?
Oh god.
You guys aren't inside yet, so you don't know.
Brunettes inside.
Yeah, the Rider's Crest is definitely in. It's not like I mean, all bars and pubs and taverns get busier at night, but you know, the Rider's Crest is definitely for a more, for lack of a better term, introverted lot. Or people that just want to be left alone while they break out the typewriters and... No, just kidding. There probably is one fucker that does that, what am I saying?
That's where I would hang out, just saying.
Where I would hang out in IRL, too. As long as there's no fucker with a typewriter.
Looking in from the outside, do we see any of the bards from the Bard College? Like, is Peter Sopian? No? Okay.
No, you guys can't see into the place.
Oh.
It's an opaque window. It's not an open air establishment like the Wayfarer's Fork.
Gotcha. Whenever we head inside, that's who Rose will be looking for. If they're here.
Well, first off, before we go inside, looking around, is there anything that looks particularly out of place?
What would you define as out of place? I mean, you've been here before, but, you know, it's not like the city stays stagnant like a fucking, like, Dragon Age 2 loading screen. So what would you define as out of place? I'll start with that. Like, is there any... I'm not gonna like roast you on the specifics of it, but I'm curious. Is there anything that you would think should ping your radar? Like cheapest. Also include other stuff.
First off, looking through alleys, like, was there any back door left ajar? Is there any sort of maybe displacement, like someone left in a hurry? Is there any sort of like characters hanging around that aren't normally there?
Okay. If that's the case, then I think that's a classic perception check.
I would assist with that.
If you want to help him, sure.
Yay.
Either you give him advantage or you can roll yourself.
I think I'd rather give him advantage.
Give me advantage.
Yeah, I give you advantage. My perception's not the greatest.
Hugo.
Dog. Pup. Don't fall in the hot tub, silly.
Okay, that's good. Solid rolled 17 plus 10.
Hey, boy.
I think Varric used...
He did. He used his preternatural thing.
Yeah.
I remember because he specifically asked if we planned on doing anything, and we said no.
Something to consider. Which one of you wants to get buffed by Jesse? What is the buff in question? Don't worry, it's not a secret. Where is it? Button. Boom. So that is a +6. Because Jesse is a +6 charisma. Unnaturally awesome. There's someone in the center that's unnaturally beautiful. Hope you guys don't meet her. She's pretty tough.
She's kind of fucked up.
Maybe I should meet her. I think it'd be fun.
Who could best use that?
Any
of us could use that. Let's be honest.
Anyone that wants a +6 to their rolls. I would like a +6. No, I'm trying to play a handicap character. Look at my combat wheelchair.
Okay, so it's probably gonna be a lot of
investigation. Is that a reaction?
No, reaction? You just add it. It just has a limited number of uses. And 30 minutes of that hour time spent are already expended.
Ruhan is the one with the plan currently, so if he's spearheading this or helming this, I'd say that's a good option.
Yeah.
2 miles. Assuming you guys took public transit, which would make fucking sense. 2 miles. So yeah, 30 minutes. I think that's about right for evening traffic.
Yeah, just throw it to Ruhan.
Okay. Well then, let's see. Equal to your proficiency bonus. Not hers. Yours. So, you guys are at +4 right now, I believe.
Except for you.
Yeah, except for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You could throw the 6 on there right now, but...
So yeah, 4 times you can call in a +6 against an AC towards your AC for a single attack, saving throws, ability.
Do we think there's a +30? Sure, yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's use one.
Honestly, though.
Alright, so 3 left.
Honestly, it's probably gonna all be used up in this area.
I'm using my intuition here to say he mentioned that at a certain time.
Particular reason. No, it's probably because it's like the first roll and he's like, oh shit, maybe I should give him this.
It's crazy.
I know I remember stuff when it becomes pertinent. So
that is definitely me, but there are definitely... Yes, yes, in 2 different ways for me. I say it is pertinent, not necessarily because it's relevant to the role. Pertinent in the sense of I am semi-lawfully obliged to give you guys the ability to make your own noose with rope. As a GM should. So, yeah. So, yeah. If you want to use it, that's fine. That would make
32.
The 33 +6.
Oh, I just burped my son's fidget spinner.
No.
I'm not.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't fucking need it.
He got it in a Kinder Egg, which is kind of a cool
Weird.
thing to get. I'm not gonna lie, because he had to make it himself. Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you had to make him. Okay, that's not.
Oh, okay. That's kind of
a little bit of arts and crafts.
Yeah, that kid's gonna be an engineer one day.
He's smart.
You know, fair. You just, you teach him how to make guns.
Oh god.
Not homemade guns. Not homemade
That's just
guns.
3D printer away. There's nothing illegal about doing that, by the way.
What, 3D printing guns, really?
Making your own guns in general. Completely legal.
I imagine you might blow yourself up if you fuck up those.
Oh yeah,
that's why you test with a string.
Anyways,
a string behind a rock and
from like 30 feet away, at least.
Irrelevant to the situation. Anyways.
Yes. Anyways, so 33 perception check. In terms of ajar back doors, you, as a person that has been here multiple times over in the past, know that there are 2 back doors to the Writer's Crest itself. One which is I guess you call it one is a literal back door. It's literally a back door that swings around towards the bathroom areas for people that need desperate vacancy in their bodies. The other one is more of I guess you call it a delivery entrance, like a side door for food, kegs, crates, that sort of stuff. So it's a bit larger than the other previously mentioned back door for that sole reason. And of course, the front door is a double door, opaque, nice, hazy glass, such. They are not currently, with 30 perception, it's not that hard to check. They're not currently ajar or anything. The side door, the back door is unlocked. It usually is, except closing time. The side door is unlocked as well. So if you wanted to, you can go, I don't know, for some food. Steal a keg or 2. I don't know. But it is unlocked, and 33 perception, and most times, as far as you recall, it's usually locked.
Here's an interesting thing. I've known Bethany before, not in a biblical sense.
Way to tie that back in.
It seemed important to mention.
I didn't even think of it like that.
It kind of fits this a lot better.
God,
I'm going to use that from now on. I've known her. Sorry.
Smell?
Oh, yeah, you have keen. Also, I'm putting an inspiration sheet because that was pretty funny. Yeah, you with keen smell. Yeah, you probably have her sent down to a
rough.
Again, like this isn't like your haunt. Like that's probably more the Wayfarer's Fork. But in the time you've been here, definitely does have like a distinct a perfume. I guess you call it. Yeah, perfume.
Every woman has a favorite scent.
Yes, everyone has a favorite scent.
Yep.
It is not floral. It's more like it's very sweet smelling, like a wine. I just realized wines don't smell sweet unless they've gone horribly bad. But it does still smell like wine. Like grapes,
leading any particular way, like
Costco,
or just near the front door.
The scent doesn't like the front door has no trace of the scent. To be fair, it's like people are coming and going, so that tracks.
It'd be overlapped.
It's not particularly windy tonight either. Towards the side door, which would track, given that Bethany basically runs the Writer's Crest solo, as far as you know, in your times being here. So it makes sense that her scent malingers towards the side door. And the back door, you don't envy having keen smell at the back door.
Right. Are the side and back door both in visual range of each other?
No, they're around the bend of one another, so around the corner, rather.
If you had a high-up view, could you see both of them?
At a certain... I mean, if you're on top of the building itself, you can just perch yourself on the corner that is between them and watch both of them, technically.
Could you watch
from a certain angle, high up enough, you could. The Writer's Crest is a courtyard building, which is to say, it shares a courtyard with other buildings in the quote-unquote block. So if you got perched up on one of the other adjacent buildings, either right next to the Writer's Crest or on the opposing side of the courtyard itself, assuming like this sort of square courtyard as most are, you could probably keep tabs on both doors.
Easy enough. I have whatchamacallit, a mental link with Witchstalker. I'm gonna tell him to take point up there.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. I'm not even gonna have to roll for it.
Especially when you got this.
Yeah.
Does he just have a climbing speed? Yeah.
No, he has a jump. That's fucking 40 feet.
Oh, sure. That's fun.
40 feet. 40 feet horizontal, 20 feet vert, with or without a running start. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, no, especially with catwalk balconies on a couple of the adjacent buildings, he can sort of like Mario, like a platform up to the top of a building if he so needed to. And given that he's only a semi-corporeal figure, it's not like he leaves much imprint, if any. So, got that.
Okay, perfect. With that done, I would look to everyone else. Are we ready to go in? Do we have a plan?
No, we
Actually,
super don't have a plan. You know this. We didn't talk the entire time over here.
I was thinking of plans internally. Were you not?
I had some ideas, but this is outside my realm of expertise.
Insight. Does Rose really have ideas?
Roll me a wisdom while you roll insight onto Rose. Roll me a wisdom check for Witchstalker. Unless he has a religion, which I'm 95% certain he doesn't have the religion skill trained.
No, I don't believe he does.
Not a think any animal does. That would be something, though.
Otters do.
This is surprisingly good.
That's the insight.
Oh.
It's surprisingly
Alright. What's his mod? +0? It's 50-50 shot.
Fair.
Inspiration.
Go on.
Ew.
The pious.
Wait, does Witchstalker have keen smell as well? Okay, then your choice of rolling another advantage roll or just taking this as is. Or not using inspiration at all. That's also the third option.
Okay, I mean this is equivalent to advantage, so I'll just go with it.
Yeah. Okay. 14. Witchstalker with his keen smell, and knowing that the suspect in question, has a particular scent, does note that there's something else with it, something that's not physically there, if that makes sense. Like, it's an ethereal smell.
So similar to him?
Similar to him, that's why he can smell it, because he's operating a semi-corporeal state of being. He remarks that it smells of ice. Cold wind. This is a smell I've gotten very used to. IRL.
The cold does have a smell.
It's a weird
No, I remember there was a time where I had 8 a.m. classes, so I had to wake up and leave at like 7 a.m. and in the cold desert, so like before sunlight is able to grant any warmth. I think I don't know what happened, but there was after one particular morning, anytime I breathed through my nose, it stung like a motherfucker.
Yep.
And I was like, did I just get frostbite in my fucking nose?
Yep.
I was like, fucking hell! It was a miserable existence for like a week and a half.
Rough.
Yeah.
Mood.
I don't know what it's about it. Maybe it's something like the polar ends, because I feel like super hot has a smell too, and maybe it's just what it does to the air.
Yeah, I imagine something to do with the air particles bouncing around, either at different, but drastically different speeds, because hot is hot.
Is that said only to Ruhan, or are we picking up on this as well?
I'll give you guys. I'll give you as Raze the chance to roll. I don't think
that seems
the other two are primal enough to have like a keen sense of smell to detect that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Triple disadvantage at best. Like, that's not happening.
I meant the communication from.
From which? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So the ethereal icy wind scent information. I think Witchstalker only has a telepath communication with Ruhan, so that's the no. And that's
I would relay it.
I told the party.
Should we be saying this like just outside the Writer's Crest, or should we be like a little bit away? Just.
I'm assuming you guys aren't like standing at the front door. I'm assuming you guys are like across the street.
They're casing the joint.
We got some donuts.
I'm the serial killer.
I forgot to get my bowler's hat. No.
That's me in Evil Fin 2. Literally, Evil Fin 2, there's a serial killer antagonist, but the entire time, as a player, I'm just like, I'm gonna cut you up. I'm gonna butcher you. I swear to fucking God. I'm the serial killer.
Takes one to know one.
Exactly. The real killers were the friends we made along the way, man.
Okay.
Sometimes.
That's gonna be my evil character if we ever die on Thursday.
Knowing that, do I sense anything that could be like a source?
What would you use to determine that? Is where I would begin the questioning.
I would see if there are any lingering Loa in the that. I guess what I'm asking is, are there any lingering Loa in the near vicinity that seem to be calling for attention?
Roll me religion.
Where's my
For me.
religion?
Made my tea.
Here it is. Hell yeah.
14.
I thought you just said 40 first. I was like, Jesus. What is this?
It is Jesus. He did a religion check.
He's coming
Thank
through.
God. Yeah, what up, homie?
God, dude.
Thank God.
You're welcome.
Just floats down on a cloud. Hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, no, it's totally right.
Hey, you still on for Thursday? You know it.
Thanks God. No, we still on for Sunday. Yeah, of course.
Yep. He's such a bro.
Anyways,
God ditches
we're gonna get
church
Chick-fil-A
to
after.
D&D.
Oh,
I mean, you say that, but like, Jesus came into town on the back of a donkey, eating bacon and drinking beer.
Is Jesus a party bro?
Yeah, he was kind of a bro.
I need God to open up Chick-fil-A on Sundays. All right, I need that so we can go get Chick-fil-A after we play D&D. Anyway,
the 11th commandment.
Yeah,
Thou shalt be open.
Anyways, 14 religion. You do not detect any Loa that are particularly trying to get your attention or are seeking you out or making their presence known.
Okay.
There either aren't any around, or if there are any around, they're being discreet. They're being discreet. Which, you come to realize here in Drift Hoover's Bay that Loa are a bit more demure. Reclusive, yeah, that's another good term for it. You think it's likely this is the fact of all the religious iconography that is emblazoned around town to the gods that this culture holds dear.
Noted.
Actually, is there religious iconography on the Writer's Crest, or is that like pretty indifferent to that kind of stuff?
Roll me investigation at disadvantage.
I'll take that L. I have like... Oh wait, no, it's an intelligence one.
Well, here's the thing. Even though it's at disadvantage, it might be fairly obvious because you want to portray that.
Fair. 15? That's a decent roll for disadvantage, honestly.
Yeah. There is. And there's a reason you had disadvantage. It's very faint. Almost to the point where you wouldn't even bat an eye at it. The windows that peek into the Writer's Crest have a certain frame to them. It looks... Well, I can probably draw something that would describe to show you what it looks like. It looks sort of like that.
Oh, where is this? Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
And then the frame itself is, just like this sort of... So it sort of looks like stained glass work in a sense, or like the same style when you'd see in like a cathedral or monastery or temple, and stuff like that. So it's not religious in like... in terms of it has a very emblazoned icon, but it borrows the style of temples.
I clicked on general. I was like, oh, let's see what he posted. It's a freaking Power Ranger meme. I'm like, that's the religious iconography.
That's the religious iconography. That's the iconography of Aiken Forgebringer.
Fair enough, true gods. Fair enough.
I'm going to defeat you with the power of friendship and this gun I found.
Rose would get
Sounds about right.
Abigail's attention and point that out and see if she has any insight on anything specific about that. It's just like, it's something that caught my attention, but I'm not versed in religious iconography that well.
Oh, Tony, I hit the button.
Actually, would feel-
Hello? Possibly.
Tony,
maybe.
I gotta hit the button again.
Oh, she does. She's got a
Okay, that one went through.
+7 in religion.
Gotta turn on the narrator.
Fia knows Jesus personally.
Me. Yes, I met him one day.
If you're proficient in
He gave me a
religion, I'll
beer.
let you roll.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Eh.
Did you get the default for guidance?
She
Oh.
would. It's up to
yes.
you guys gotta turn that shit on.
Yeah,
Again,
I forgot to turn it on.
yeah,
You just
usually
leave it
just
on,
leave
it's
it on.
Oh,
Usually just
fine.
leave it on because it's faster just to say you don't have guidance and then ignore that number versus
Yeah.
have to go turn it back on and roll or whatever. Just leave it on. It's in the bottom
I've got it,
left.
yeah, I've got it clicked on now.
Yeah, below background info and stuff like
It's a
that.
useful little bit.
Yeah. I've got it there.
Between the two of you, Abigail and working with you, Fia, nothing really comes to mind. Again, the windows themselves aren't religious iconography. They're just done in the same architectural style as a temple or monastery, chapel, church, shrine, etc., etc., etc. So nothing jumps to mind when, like, any particular facet of religion comes to mind. Like, it goes to show that whatever religion might be present is provincially based, as opposed to grandiosely, cosmically based. Like, yeah. So it's not voodoo. Voodoo doesn't really do much with windows, you know.
It said where she was from. The capital. Okay. Not like a Keplin's kidnap based off that stuff. Is Varric still from the Keplins in this setting?
He's been called a Captain Kid, yeah.
Okay.
So what's the plan? Are we just going to go in there and announce her arrest?
No, because we
No,
have no
I
evidence
think we
at all.
should bait her into it. Establish a motive. If we go in there with an ideological disagreement on people should be punished versus it's another person's, it's not our responsibility, getting her to decide on one issue could reveal her.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, how do you get to that conversation?
Provided she there in the first place.
Why wouldn't
True.
she be there? She's the only one who runs it.
It's open and operating.
Actually,
This
I
guy.
will. I'll interpose. I will interject rather, with that 36 perception roll and the fact that you've keen hearing as well, Ruhan. You've heard you when you're scoping the place out, you know, making the rounds around it. You did hear a bartender's voice, a different one, than Bethany.
Oh, hell.
Let me. I don't even have a name for him. let me
It's
look at my
level 2.
notes. I gotta go back to like the previous incarnation to see if maybe I had it down back then. Let me check.
Frederick Jeffington.
Hey.
Actually, depending
It's
on
me.
if Ruhan can remember when this barkeep is in operation, that could also make a timeline. Because if he only works when these people were murdered, then it's like, that's a coincidence. But it's something.
For a second there, I was taken really aback because you said my full name. I was like, huh?
Frederick.
And then he said my name, Jeffington. Just kidding.
Oh.
Jeffington's not my full name. It's just Jeff.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now that you said that, yes. Or no,
I
but
was
now
gonna
yes.
say
It
Frederick
just been decided.
Patrick Jeffington.
There you go.
We have given him too much information about our names.
Mhm.
I don't give a shit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone can dox me. I've given my first name and location.